Okay, so we lost Dusty. Get this angled better. And now we just, well, I guess yesterday, it's taken a while for some of the news to really make its way around. Roddy Piper is dead. Cardiac arrest. Now, I kick myself for not meeting Dusty Rhodes, but I've met Roddy Piper on quite a few occasions. He did a lot of stuff in the Indiana, Illinois area. Actually, my buddy has a photo with him where he's putting him in the sleeper. And if you Google YouTube, you can find footage of him putting fans in sleepers. And he didn't he ripped and teared at it. And I mean, for a second, I thought he put my buddy out, which was great. And he was spaghetti leg afterwards. I didn't tell if he was selling it or he actually got someone injured. I've met quite a few wrestlers. I will say Roddy Piper is right up there. If you were in his line, it took a long time, and here's why. He wanted to talk to you. He would shake your hand, look you right in the eye, and he would ask you, what's your name? What sort of things do you do? And when the first time I met him, it was at a Flashback. So it's a horror fest in Chicago. And he sees me and my buddy. He's like, "Oh man, we got a 6-man here," and I thought it was great. I'm there. I got my kilt on. I got my Piper shirt. I still have the signed shirt. He actually signed the shirt for free. So I showed up in a kilt. Technically, it's a skirt, and I've worn the Piper gear. I don't know how many times to events. When I met Ricky Steamboat, I had the Piper gear. I went to a Shimmer event in the Piper gear. It's one of those easily recognizable, everyone gets it, almost everyone loved him, very few bad stories about the guy. So when I met him, he asked me what I'd do if I was in school. I was out of school at the time. I was a research scientist. Still am, even though my company's closing the building that I work at. And he was like, "Wow, so you're one of those smart guys. You have a college degree." And I was like, "Yeah, I've got a total of 4 degrees." And he was like, "Wow." He's like, I never got out of high school. He's like, "That's amazing." And that look that he had of, it's one of the few times I actually really seems like I felt a true sense of pride. This is a man who I watched for years, who performed in front of tens of thousands of people at the same time. So well over 1 million people have watched this guy. And in that moment, it felt like he was proud of my accomplishments. And he had just met me. That's why his line took forever. He was like, "I want good things to happen to you. And he would look you in the eye the whole time, and it was this. He wanted that connection. That's what made him so great in the ring. Is he knew how there could be 100 people, but he could draw that one-on-one personal connection. That's why in certain places he was so hated. And I will say he's one of the reasons why Hogan became as big as he did. You've got Piper and you have Heenan, the two people who are by far his biggest rivals the majority of his career. A hero is only as good as his villain, and Piper at that time was the ultimate villain. So great at his role. And actually a pretty decent actor too. Watch They Live. They Live has some amazing fight sequences in it. So he was actually able to do a great job when it came to weighted in the ring and outside the ring. If you're a younger fan, you remember older Piper. Go back and watch some of his younger stuff. Guy was absolutely amazing. So,